post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions, then zero in on qualified candidates in an online dashboard. Get started at Indeed.com/hire.
And welcome to the Golf Club. I'm excited to get things started. Let's get down to
It's time for Gravy and the Sleeves, featuring Colt Knost and Drew Stoltz.
What would you say I represent, Colt?
Just someone for me to talk to.
Let the shenanigans begin.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like? You mean Shenanigans? Oh! Good about Shenanigans, right?
That
Beautiful
drive was
people of the
crazy.
world, welcome to another week of Gravy and the Sleaze. I am your host, Drew Stoltz, a.k.a. the Sleazy Man. We have a slight change to the program today. Colt Knost, not with us. Out
Looks like about
frolicking the
100
globe
yards
as he's
in
known
here.
to do. No telling where he might be, Scotty. We'll get into that a little bit later. So it's my honor to welcome my co-host for the day, PGA Tour rookie, soon-to-be winner on the PGA Tour, and guest, friend of the program for Gravy and the Sleaze. We have Scott, don't call me Harrington Larrington. Thank you for filling in today, my brother.
Wow.
That's an intro,
that
dude.
was, man. That was an intro.
That is the intro.
Honor to be here. Honor to be sitting and taking Colt's place today.
Yes.
And looking forward to a good time.
Big shoes to fill from the Colty.
Wide
green.
shoes to fill.
Wider shoes. Oh, well, here we go. We start early.
Birdie.
I made it my mission, Scotty. Last time you were on the show, I made it my mission to kind of create your global brand around the name Larrington. I think based on what I'm seeing on Twitter, things like that, it's starting to pick up some steam. Solid start to the campaign. Have you heard any of your fans out on tour referring to you as Larrington as of today?
Not in person. There have been a few of your loyal followers who might tweet at me or something and refer to me as Larrington.
Yes.
I think you catch it every time because you.
I stalk you on Twitter,
yes,
by the way.
Yes, you do. That's well known. But no, you are quick to point out when every single time somebody refers to me as Larrington. I am. It's growing on me a little
Yes,
bit. But
embrace it.
Yeah.
Step right into it, dude.
I got to ask you, Drew.
Yes.
I'm kind of worried about you today. Like I'm wondering how you're feeling today. I was around you a bit this weekend. I know you had a big.
fairway?
You did a quick little Vegas jaunt with a few of our buddies.
Correct.
Maybe Friday night. I was with you Saturday night at a Christmas party, and
Yes.
you kept it going pretty strong. I'm just wondering on this Monday morning afternoon. How are we doing today?
I'm glad you brought that up, Scotty. Not a lot of people would have the heart that it takes to get up after a weekend like that, go to work on Monday, punch the clock. But that's what I do. I'm a professional. I take it very seriously. Throat's a little bit messed up, as you can hear, but
I'm
this is
fight through it,
I'm
I
playing
think.
through it. It's like Jordan's flu game.
It
This
is.
could be the flu game type of scenario
It
here.
is. Well, yeah. I mean, you're. I feel good. You're going to step it up and not let it bring you down.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, I am feeling better as of today. Got some fluids in me and ready to go with you.
I do have to say, so I'm filling in for Colt today.
Correct.
Friend of ours, friend of mine. Play a lot of golf with him. Mm-hmm. This last weekend, Colt. We played maybe on Thursday or Friday or something.
You and Colt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a group, fun game. Mm-hmm. Colt played great. He took a bunch of money off me, and and I'm filling in on his show on Monday, doing him a favor. No, I got no discount. No discount on what I lost.
Oh.
I mean, I don't even know if I've gotten a thank you yet. I mean, it's very unappreciative.
Right.
He just,
That doesn't seem right.
he took me to the cleaners last week, and I expected at least a little. Keep a little bit of it. Just something.
Thanks for filling in Monday,
Yeah,
dude. Here,
exactly.
take half back. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. While I'm down in
Completely.
Cabo catching sun rays, and you're in here working.
Yeah, he's on his 8th tequila right now, and,
Easily.
And I'm here filling in yeoman's work.
Exactly. Scott, I would never do you dirty like that.
I know you
I'm
wouldn't.
very appreciative of it. You are filling in for Colty. We got a great show lined up. Here's what we got on tap today. We're going to talk a little fall season with you. It's very rare that we have a
Great
tour pro in
contact.
studio
Nice
like
swing.
this. So we're going to recap your fall season, give us an inside look as to what it was like your rookie year out there. Now you've gotten a little taste of it.
one's
And
for
after the
Birdie.
break, Scotty, very special guest, good friend of both of ours, PGA Tour winner and obnoxious Duke fan Adam Long will be joining the show. That's a fun one. That's your former travel mate down there on the Corn Ferry.
Sure is. Adam and I we probably spent a good 2-3 years together, rooming together a lot, playing a lot of practice rounds together. Obviously he's doing great out on tour now, and man, we could fill 3 hours of material with him, just dogging him the whole time. But
Yep, which we should.
But we'll probably put that into 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah,
so
we'll just jam it all in for 30 minutes. With
Guaranteed
Adam.
to be entertaining, that's
yeah,
for sure.
Should be good. You guys have a very close relationship. I actually traveled with him back on my Jicky days a little bit, so we'll have some very good stuff. But right now, we got the big lair, Scott Harrington in the building. I want to talk about your fall season now that it's come to an end. So we'll fill you in a little bit. I know you're an avid listener of the show. And I thank you for that. I know you don't miss one.
What is this? Hole number
But we had a
3.
small award show, Colt and I, a couple weeks ago. We gave awards to the best and worst performances of the fall season. I awarded you with Best Gravy in the Sleeves performance of the fall, meaning of all the guests we've had on the show to this point, who had the best fall season. And I awarded you with that extremely high honor after your run through your first. I think you played 7 events in the fall. Yeah,
I mean, I'm speechless.
Yeah, it's a big one.
That you would even give me props for anything.
It hurt.
I'm just not. I bet it did.
Really.
I'm not used to that.
I wanted to give it to Justin Thomas, but
what's he done?
Yeah, nothing. Who cares? World Golf Championship, big deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's talented. I'm not. I'm playing. I'm going.
That's why yours was more impressive.
Exactly.
He was blessed and gifted. You had to dig it out of the dirt.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
100%.
But what your thoughts? Serious question. Your thoughts on your fall season? Better than you expected? Worse than you expected? What was it like? Your overall impression of your first? Just give a quick recap. You made 6 out of 7 cuts, 3 top 25s, including your runner-up in Houston. Pretty good start, I would say. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, I was thrilled. It was, I was mainly really happy with just how comfortable I felt. You never really know. I mean, I've played a handful of tour events just via Monday qualifying before that, but. You just never really know how you're going to handle it. And I thought I was going to handle it well. I thought I was going to play well. But until you really go out there and do it and prove yourself, there's still going to be a little bit of doubt. But I was just really pleased with how I was able to – it just – to me, it felt like from the first Thursday at Greenbrier, the first event of the year, I felt so comfortable. And it just kind of felt like business as usual. I mean, coming off the Corn Ferry, they prepare you, I feel like, as well as you possibly can be prepared.
Yeah.
And I felt great going out there. I felt like my game was good going into the season, and but to be able to go out there and I think I started the year with
this is the 4th hole.
A couple top 25s at the beginning. I missed 1 cut in Jackson, but then going to Houston and having the week I did there. I mean, that just it took a lot of pressure off. There's a lot of talks about talked about reshuffling and how important it is, guys in our category getting off to good starts so that you can kind of set your schedule the rest of the year. And, for me to have the week I did in Houston and really play well down the stretch and give it a really good run at the win, and ultimately camp one shot short. But to do that, to get that great finish and really put myself in a good position for the rest of, for 2020, was huge. And it really took a huge burden off. Like the last few events of the fall, I didn't feel like I didn't play that great. I mean, I made some cuts, but
pretty deep stuff here.
I didn't feel any pressure after that.
In the right direction.
And I know, I can't wait for 2020 and all the opportunities I'm going to have. And I'm in great shape FedEx-wise. Almost have a card locked up. Pretty much have a card locked up just about for the following year already. And so I feel like I kind of have just, my goals kind of changed a little bit, and just looking forward to having a big 2020, and just give myself some more opportunities like I had in Houston to pick up a win.
Yeah, to have the card essentially locked up for the remainder of the year after the fall season, I feel like it's got to be a huge weight off the back for any rookie that gets out there. But also, I feel like, answer me this, I feel like the biggest adjustment from going through the Corn Ferry to the PGA Tour would be kind of figuring out your schedule each week, determining how you prep that makes you play your best. I have no idea. On the Jickeys, I just slam a couple Red Bulls, slap a few balls, and go to the first tee. But on tour, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of events. There's action everywhere. And I feel like as a young guy, as a guy that's just getting out there, you want to absorb all of it. You want to kind of be a part of all of it. Have you figured out what you do each week that makes you play your best and staying away from some of it, or maybe less time at the course?
I mean, and this is something where I think my age. I mean, I just turned 39, and pretty darn old rookie. Yeah, that hurts, huh? And
you look good though.
Hey, thank you. But yeah, that's something where maybe
where you
if I would have gotten my card
even
at
par
23
is your adjusted
24,
score after that.
Some of those things I probably would have been a little bit more interested in. I mean, it would have been, it might have been a little more overwhelming. I might have, just been a little bit more in awe of everything going on. But frankly, I just don't really have any interest in all that, because there is a lot of stuff available to us at tournaments. There's just all this stuff kind of going on, and I've just kind of found that I don't really care about all that stuff, and I'm just kind of getting out there, doing my work, and doing what I need to do to prepare. And I will say, like, the biggest difference coming off the Corn Ferry is learning just learning the courses. That Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I definitely need to put in a lot more work, kind of on course. I'm having to do more on Mondays than you finish tournament on a Sunday, and I'm making sure I'm getting the next site on Sunday night so that I can at least get on the course and do some work on Mondays, and it kind of makes for longer weeks. But I've kind of found that because you don't have the familiarity with any of the courses, that you need. I've had to put in more work early in the week than I would probably like to do, but I just feel like you just kind of got to do it.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
This one's looking to be.
I want to get into this because we only have a few more minutes till we get to Big A Long. But your fall season, as good as it was, just got a little bit better last week too. It was announced you received an exemption into the Phoenix Open, one of the tougher events to get in on the PGA Tour, especially for rookies. You were given an exemption to the Phoenix Open by the Thunderbirds, which is basically the philanthropic group here in Phoenix who puts on that entire event. What's that? Were you surprised by that? How much does that mean to you in your hometown event to go get that one? 'Cause that's a big get.
Yeah, it was huge. It was very unexpected, especially for them to announce it this early. And we were at it was kind of like their kickoff luncheon. There were 1,500, 2,000 people there. We were at Chase Field, the Diamondback Stadium, on the field, for this really nice luncheon. Condoleezza Rice was speaking, really a nice event, and they put together a really nice presentation to give me this exemption in front of everybody. I mean, it was really special. But yeah, to get that spot is huge. It's huge. I mean, and I might be able to get into that event on my number. It's just like you said, it's an extremely hard event to get into, and but for them to give that to me, I'm so appreciative of Chance Cosby, who's running the Thunderbirds, and Tim Woods, the tournament director. It was really cool, and I can't wait for that. I played that tournament once before.
Okay,
when
we're about 17 feet out here.
It is something else, man. I mean, I know everybody watches it on TV, and I mean, everybody knows everything, the cool things about that event. But I mean, playing in it, it is crazy. And yeah. I live 5 minutes away from the golf course, and we'll have friends and a ton of friends and family out there, and it's gonna be so cool. And I couldn't be more appreciative of the Thunderbirds, and I just can't wait for that week.
And with Phil not being in it, I love that they give it to a local guy. I think that's cool when tournaments support their local people. But with Phil, the other big name in the Phoenix area, not being in the field, there's a lot of fans looking for somebody to follow. I think you swoop a good percentage of those.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure. I think
it could be massive.
Never mind John Rahm. No. I mean, he's not gonna.
Larrington Chance
he won't move
on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
They'll probably jump fully.
Could you
on
imagine
board
some
train.
Larrington Chance on 16 as you come out of the tunnel? That would make my life. By the way,
I just have a feeling that between now and then you will be pushing that occasionally.
I'm going to starting now on every show. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah. Speaking of 16, what do you got? You got anything up your sleeve for 16? Ooh. People doing a lot of tricks out there nowadays.
Gosh,
jerseys, throwing gear into the stands to get some fans. What do you think you do?
I might just get my. I'm sponsored by Ping, use all the equipment. Maybe I'll just get a driver for every single person.
I like that.
I'm sure they'll have no problem.
5,000-10,000 drivers.
Yes, exactly. And I'll make my caddy carry them the first 15 holes.
That seems fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll probably grant you a special club exemption. You can play with 10,000 clubs and up until 16. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be a huge week.
Maybe I'll throw out like Gravy in the Sleeves koozies or something like that.
There you go. Maybe you slip on a little T-shirt we have designed and get us a little pub. You know what I mean?
We're talking. That's just
a little quid pro quo scenario.
I'm going to talk to my agent, and we will work out the financials on that.
I like that. Well, we're going to get into Adam Long here in a minute, but last question before we get into that. Playing in that event one time before, does that help you going into this one with all the craziness that's going on out there and just how different it is than all the other tour events?
I would hope so. I think the main difference, though, is when you qualify for an event as a Monday qualifier, you feel all this pressure and I felt like an immense amount of pressure that week. You have one chance to go have a great week. But, this go around, I'll be a little more relaxed. I feel like, my
could be in the
spot
rough
on
here.
This tour is secured. And I would hope that, I'll feel pretty darn comfortable going into that thing. And I think that will be kind of the main difference, knowing that, hey, I'm playing the week before that, and I get to play the week after that, and I get to play the rest of the year. So I feel like I should be, a little more comfortable, teeing it up here in my hometown.
Yeah, it's massive. That's a massive get for you. Huge fall to you as well. We got to get to a break, Scotty, but when we come back, we got our boy Adam Long. So we will be right back after the break. Keep it locked. You are listening to Sleaze and the Lair. Change the name for this particular show. Sleaze and the Lair, listening on PGA Tour Radio, Sirius XM.
Get the best golf instruction here on Sirius 208 and XM 92.
MLB Network Radio brings you comprehensive coverage of baseball's winter meetings.
And 1 under
from
is your
San Diego.
adjusted score after that one.
Everyone surfs up. Hear interviews with
7
managers
polls
and
coming up.
executives from across baseball. That's all the big kahunas. Radical. MLB Network Radio's analysts track the latest news and rumors live from baseball's winter meetings. It's going to be gnarly. Oh, dude, it's going to be totally gnarly. On-site shows all this week on Sirius 209 XM 89.
What does it mean to be honest-to-goodness banking experts? At Veritex Community Bank, it means you get exceptional customer service, smart banking choices, and the peace of mind that comes with knowing they're invested in you and your community. They take pride in being a community bank with local decisions and take the time to get to know you and your specific needs to provide the best banking advice. See all that they have to offer on the Veritex mobile banking app or at Veritex Bank. That's VERITEX bank.com. VeritexBank.com.
Guys, do you struggle every Christmas banging your head against the wall trying to figure out what to get your wife or girlfriend? Save yourself a headache this year and give her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all. With soft, silky, nudie sleepwear, available only at pajamagram.com. Sensuous and smooth, Nudie's pajamas feels just like her own bare skin. The texture and touch of Nudie's pajamas is so seductive, you'll both stay occupied well into the evening. She'll love the feeling of wearing next to nothing at all, and you'll love the way they look. Best of all, you don't have to wrap, because every pajamagram includes free gift packaging, and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. Thousands of men just like you have made their loved ones happy with Nudie's pajamas. You can too, but you need to get these amazing PJs today because last year they sold out. So go to pajamagram.com right now. That's pajamagram.com.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. Indeed will also give you the sticky frog, which will suddenly leap and stick to the face of the perfect hire.
Okay, it's time to send
there's
this ball
no
on its
sticky
way.
frog. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Post your next job at Indeed.com/hire and try skills tests for free. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio, presented by Callaway and the Chrome Soft Golf Ball. The ball that changed the ball. Get yours today at CallawayGolf.com.
January in Hawaii is when the champions come out to play. January in Hawaii means crowd pleasers re-emerging and new favorites offering new reasons to reach across the ropes. It all begins at the Century Tournament of Champions, live in primetime.
January 2nd through 5th. For complete coverage, visit PGAtour.com.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM.
Catch a special edition of Mad Dog Unleashed live at the winter meetings in San Diego. Excuse me. Christopher Mad Dog Russo will interview GMs, managers, and have a few surprises along the way. It's an extended Mad Dog Unleashed today from 3 to 7 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, and on the Sirius XM app.
Major champions Fred Couples, Hale Irwin, Ben Crenshaw can be heard right here, exclusively on Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio.
Welcome back to Sleaze and the Lair. We now welcome on a very distinguished guest. He is second-year PGA Tour player, winner of the 2019 Desert Classic, and most impressively, a man who survived a year of traveling and rooming with my co-host for the day, Scott Larrington. Adam Long, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. I honestly had other things planned to do right now. I didn't think you guys would make it this far.
We've shocked the world.
They allowed us to keep going.
Yeah, we
One
made it
segment
through.
down, and we're still here.
Yeah, we're on a segment-by-segment contract right now. So
Yeah,
this could be our final.
Producers would have called it off by now, but let's hear it.
They're
All right,
asleep
2
at the
under
wheel.
is your adjusted score after that.
Adam, I mentioned it at the break. Of all you've accomplished, you've done a lot so far. in your 2 years on tour, but making it through multiple years on the road with Larrington, probably near the top of the list, I would think.
Well, yeah, that for sure is up there, but getting through like a 3-hour car ride with you in Canada from one tournament to another is probably tops the list.
God, that's one of my favorite times of golf. Let's get into that real quick. I was going to save that for a little bit later, but we shared a car, first time we ever met, 3 hours driving through the middle of Canada, and leading up to that car ride, we were not the best of friends, and in fact, you did not like me for some reason that is unbeknownst to me. You had some secret hate towards me that I only became aware of later.
We're right around 125 yards
well,
out.
you know me better, so there's reason to hate me, but Long didn't know me at the time. Why this built-up hatred towards me at the time? Hate might be a strong word. Dislike.
I don't know. I really judged a book by its cover, to be honest, I guess. It's probably like the I don't know, flat bill, high socks, Red Bull thing going and loud on the range, and I just didn't understand why all of my friends also were friends with you. I just didn't get it until
a lot of talk, not a lot of substance.
Yeah, a lot of talk. Lacking substance. I only had 2 days to play golf most of the time, so I had to get my money's worth out there on the range. I had to talk to a lot of people. I knew I wouldn't see them on Saturday or Sunday. You don't know what that's like. I had to cram it all in.
Well, Adam, we hear you've had a big morning this morning. Our cracking research department has done some research, and we know you and your lovely wife Emily are expecting your first child coming up. And this morning you were doing you were finding out the gender. I gotta ask, did you do one of those? I mean, I feel like I know the answer, knowing your personality. Were you hitting a driver with an exploding golf ball, and doing a blue or pink, or how did it go down? Maybe tell us the results, and just curious to hear about it. I know it's an exciting time for you.
That was an okay shot.
Wow, you guys really find out my wife's doctor or something like that.
Don't worry about our methods, dude. We're everywhere.
Kept it pretty under wraps for a while, but we were at the doctor this morning, and we found out it's a boy. So we got a little long on its way in late April that we're pretty stoked about. But, as far as the reveal, I mean, my wife literally, came home. She was going to go get some lunch for us, and she came back with blue balloons. And we had our neighbors, the Corey Connors and his wife Mallory. They came over and took our picture, and I'd just posted it on social media.
Wow.
Right, 2 unders, your
it was a nice little slide in
hole.
there. We're big on name drops.
Valero, Texas Open champion.
Okay.
Well, that's awesome. We're happy for you. Hopefully, your son has a actual full-grown adult male-sized head, as opposed to that little thing that you've got. I mean, I have to. I mean,
yes.
In the Guinness Book of World Records for smallest adult male head is. I mean, you got to be up there. I don't know. I mean, hopefully your son can avoid that shortcoming, but you've seemed to overcome.
Wife's genetics might take over. On the bright side of this, good news that it's a boy. He could probably slide out of the womb and start wearing all of your hats right now. You don't have to buy new stuff for him. You can just slide those on him, and he's ready to go. He's geared up for the next 5 years at least.
That's genius. Yeah, we're going to share the same hats for a while. That's probably pretty accurate. It looks pretty freaking small on that screen in there.
Yes, well, there's good reason for that, dude. Check the mirror; it'll look similar. So you got a boy. That's big news. Do we got a name yet?
No, I don't know. Drew?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Something like
that. I'm kind of, like a lot of people, they name, you kind of hear of golfers. Sometimes they name their kids after big moments in their golf career. Maybe if the course has a really nice name, or they work that into the name somehow. But I just don't feel like Amex Desert Classic really rolls off the tongue.
Stadium course long.
PGA West
not
long.
Bad.
Yeah, I don't know your thoughts on it.
No, we're still on the drawing board there.
What about your favorite Duke basketball player? You could maybe Zion Long. All right, that's
Grayson.
That's got some.
You're a big Grayson fan, aren't you?
Is that your favorite Duke player of all time?
No, I just
Please
knew
say
that
yes.
It wasn't yours.
No, he's not mine. He's not mine.
Yeah,
I'm more of a Reddit guy.
That'd be appropriate.
Who is as a massive Duke, obnoxious Duke basketball fan? Who is your favorite Dookie of all time?
Man, I love them all.
Nice approach.
I love them all.
For the birdie here.
Kyle Singler was just a working man guy there when I was there, and watching him play, I just loved his fight and everything. Fellow, isn't he from Portland or Oregon area?
Sure is. Southern Oregon.
Yeah. So, I'd go with that.
What about Mike Dunleavy Jr.? Scott used to hoop against him growing up, dude.
He was at my high school graduating class and a friend, yeah.
He's told me a lot of stories that he used to handle Dunleavy. I don't believe any of it, but
they're all true. They're all true.
I need
Dunleavy,
footage of
3
that.
under. It's the adjusted score.
I had you pegged for more of a Mason Plumlee or one of the Plumlee. I thought that might have been tops on your list.
There's 9 of them, so it's hard to tell.
That's true. There's just some little lab where they just spit out a new Plumlee every year, and he's like 6'10" and jumps 48 inches. It's unbelievable. I don't know where they're making them.
I do have a question about Duke basketball off to a below average start for you guys. I mean, you're 9-1. The rare non-conference home loss to Stephen F. Austin, Adam. How are we feeling about this? Are we has Coach K just lost his touch? Has he lost the team?
Yeah, is he on the hot seat?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say yes, except they just rattled off a nice couple road wins at Michigan State and Virginia Tech. So I think we're back on track. But
never heard of those teams.
Stephen F. Austin's loaded, guys. I mean, they're the team to beat this year. I was looking at their schedule. They beat Arlington Baptist by 60 last week. I mean, you don't just go in there and beat a team like Arlington Baptist.
You don't go take down AB by 60 unless you're doing it.
No. I'm glad that they've rebounded from that rough start, and hopefully Coach K can weather the storm and keep his job.
Yeah, I hope the fans don't overreact to this one loss and call for his head. Want somebody new in there. I got a question. Were you a Cameron crazy? I know you're like diehard fanatic Duke guy. Were you a crazy? I paint my whole body and my face and do the chants and wave my fingers at everybody in the stands like that when you were there?
I mean, I never painted my body, but yeah, I was in that student section just rocking like everybody else. It was a blast. It was fun. I mean, the problem was Wes Roach was on my golf team for 3 years, and his family had season tickets, like center court, like awesome spot, and either his parents used him or Wes would use him to go on dates with girls, or he'd bring his roommate. Like, I was pretty far down that list, I guess, of guests.
Well, that's disappointing. I just don't know if I can believe that Wes went on a lot of dates in college, knowing him very personally. But no, I'm just kidding, Wes. He's a great dude.
That's hard to believe.
Yep.
Very nice.
Hard to believe from our vantage.
21 feet
maybe
to
get into a little
here.
bit of golf here with you,
Yeah,
I suppose, while we have you on. But Adam, you've had obviously you won last year. A bit of an up and down year, but you had the win and a few other good finishes. But this year so far, you're playing great. 22 in the FedEx Cup, 4 top 25s, tied for second in Mexico. Haven't missed a cut yet. I mean, for you, what would you say kind of differences between year 1 and year 2? I mean, obviously, like I said last year, you had some great success. But, you probably had missed more cuts than you would have liked, and you're a little bit more hit or miss. But this year, super solid. So, I don't know, is there anything you can chalk that up to, or just detail some of the differences as being a second-year guy?
Yeah, it's definitely been a nice fall for me, for sure. But I think most of it's just been overall, like, comfort with how everything works, the courses, and just, I don't know, it's always taken me a little bit longer typically to get fully
take your best shot.
Comfortable on a new tour or whatever, and so that's been nice to kind of go in and having an idea of the schedule and the courses and things like that. I got a great caddy in Julian Trudeau, and we've just been cruising along, and it's been a good start to the fall.
Is there any difference? I know there's no job security on this tour unless you win, and I'm curious, after you got that win, I mean, just the way things have kind of knowing that, hey, you're exempt for this whole year and next year.
That's going to have to hit something.
Does that change anything? Kind of like how you, just
what did I tell you?
Day to day, kind of, the pressure or anything like that. Just being able to go out there and kind
onto the green and we'll be putting.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, with Korn Ferry status or conditional status, it can be pretty stressful not knowing what tournaments you're going to get into, and putting a lot of pressure on when you do get starts and making things a little more important and stressful than they really are. So having that luxury that I have of being able to kind of relax in between events and not have to stress out about my number or anything like that definitely helps. But between the ropes, like on the golf course, like I don't think there's any difference really. I mean, it's still a grind and extremely stressful, hard game, but I love it.
How do you not just go? I feel like if I won on tour, which I think about often, guys, and I'm not ruling it out in the future. I feel like if I won and had the exemption, I would just ship it at every tournament for the remainder until that ran out. Just hit driver even when you're not supposed to hit driver. Just go completely balls out, try to make birdie on every single hole, and just know that a lot of the times it won't work out. But on that 1 week, if it does, if I'm hitting it straight and all that and putting good, I might win again real fast.
Never ever crossed your mind? One of the million differences between us, Drew.
Right.
And one of the reasons he's hosting a radio show and you're out there crushing it.
Personality is another reason for that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily my style. Maybe if I hit it as far as your co-host or something, I would be a little more like that.
Balls
but
below your
I try to keep things a little more under control.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, makes sense. I like that. You're a very strategic man. As a grizzled second-year player now, you're out there second year. You've been there. You've seen it all, done it all. What advice can you give to my guy Larrington? He's out to a quick start. He's out of the blocks hot. What advice would you give to him as a vet going into this year, the rest of his rookie year?
Oh, man, I don't think I have to give him any. I think I gave him plenty at the Greenbrier. That was well documented, and I mean, look what he's done since that interview. So I take a lot of credit for that. But
as you should. Adam's been a great sounding board and a huge
resource.
Motivation. Yeah, big resource. And I was actually great. I told him in Sea Island, I believe, he was one spot ahead of me on the FedEx Cup rankings. And going to the weekend, or maybe after the tournament, I was disappointed. I didn't finish the event off the way I would have liked. I really wanted to just move ahead of him by one spot. So for the next 6 weeks, he had to see my name in front of his. But unfortunately, I couldn't make it happen.
That's what it's all about.
As a rookie, and especially with being, 50, 45, whatever, it's extremely impressive to play as well as he has and as long as he has all fall. Really, he's been really consistent and solid, and he's going to keep that going. But I would say just obviously get out there and try to get that win and try to get as far up at that FedEx, try to get to Eastlake. I mean, don't try to finish 125. Try to finish
coming in around
top 30 for sure.
That's good.
Well, we got that Desert Classic coming up.
Right.
Anybody can win there.
Rip.
That's been proven. So maybe that'll be my week.
That's the one that guys peel off that are shockers.
Yes.
Guys,
that is good advice though from a guy that's won on tour. What advice would you give to another tour player? I don't know. I just say win, dude. Try to win as fast as you can and get to Eastlake.
And Augusta maybe.
That's the tip, dude. I would just try to shoot super low every tournament and win.
Try to get your world ranking really high.
Yeah.
Try to play well in majors.
Yeah, dude. If you could win a major, like that would be helpful. I feel like so. That'd be my suggestion.
I'm writing all this down.
Yeah, me too.
This is huge. This is
good
vital.
stuff.
Solid
this is good
swing.
Stuff. Win fast. And make a ton of birds. Also, don't make bogeys. I love it. It's good stuff from a Duke guy.
I don't really feel like you guys need me here. You guys still need me, or
looking at?
You're dropping jewels right now. We can't leave you right now. We're getting too much good stuff here.
This is
also, Adam, gotta say, I know this last weekend you were at the wedding of another PGA Tour player, good friend of yours, Adam Schenk. And I know most recent PGA Tour winner Tyler Duncan was the best man. I mean, is there any MVPs from this wedding, or do these stories need to stay at the wedding? I'm just curious how that was. If anything stood out, or were you out there rocking the dance floor, keeping it going all night, or how was that weekend?
Yeah, Adam Schenk, the groom, made us all sign a non-disclosure before we left, so. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to spill any details, but no, we had a blast, and it was fun to cut loose with some of those guys that normally we just are at, golf tournaments and everyone's kind of boring, but that wasn't the case. But MVP, I mean, I don't think there'll be any surprise if you said Joel Damon.
Joel brings
some energy, I'd go with him.
Off-season Joel is solid.
Sometimes even in-season Joel can really bring the noise as well. He's not afraid to send it. I love it.
Certainly is. Another Canadian Tour vet.
Absolutely. A lot of greats coming out of that McKenzie Tour. Who was the best last question before break. Who was the best dancer? And did you dance?
Yeah, we were out on the dance floor the whole time, it seems like. But, man, I can't give anybody the trophy for that. I think everybody pretty much was dancing. But, I mean, Jonas Blix was there, but he's recovering from, some back injury stuff. So he was pretty stiff, but he kicked his legs around a little bit.
I got to feel like Adam Long on the dance floor keeps it pretty tight. Yeah. Maybe a few maybe a lot of snaps.
A lot of hand moving back and forth.
Yeah, I don't feel like you need a lot of space out. You just keep it right in your little box.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically you'd be right, but I was had some pretty good liquid encouragement going there, so I was
4 under is the adjusted
all right, I think.
After that.
I don't want to see any video, but take my word for it.
If there is video, please someone send that to our Twitter immediately. But all right. Adam, we got to take a quick break. We're going to come back with you. But first, we got to thank our sponsor. Veritex Community Bank is a bank that takes the time to get to know you and your financial needs. They take pride in being a community bank and being able to make banking decisions when you need them, right now, right here. Whether you need a small business loan, commercial loan, treasury management, mortgage, or classic banking services like savings or checking accounts, Veritex can help. With over 40 banking centers in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, the greater Houston area, Louisville, Kentucky, and surrounding areas, plus a local home mortgage office in Dallas. And if you can't make it to one of their locations, check out the Veritex mobile banking app. You can check account balances, review transactions, pay bills online, and so much more. Veritex Bank strives to give you the exceptional customer service, smart banking choices, and the peace of mind that comes with knowing they're invested in you. The community bank with a difference because they're making a difference. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Loan applications are subject to credit approval. We will be back with more Sleaze and the Lair right after this.
This is Misha Tate of MMA Tonight on Sirius XM Fight Nation 93, and you're listening to Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio, Sirius 208 and XM 92.
If you're looking to spice up your love life, get your relationship back on track, or advice on finding that one tip that will take it to the next level, I'm here to help. I'm Dr. Emily Morse, sex and relationship expert and host of Sex with Emily on SiriusXM Stars. It's all about love, dating, and reigniting that spark. I want you to communicate with your partner, date with confidence, and get what you really want out of a relationship. I can put your love life back on track in just one call. A lot of what I do is help people communicate their needs to their partner. Sex with Emily, SiriusXM Stars 109.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare contracts, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-517-1717. 800-517-1717. 800-517-1717.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. You can try a full 30-day bottle of P3 Advanced. Free.
Did you
just pay
use
shipping
Thor's
and handling.
hammer?
No strings attached, no obligations, and no commitments to buy. Call 1-800-460-0421. Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now. Call 1-800-460-0421. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. Call 1-800-460-0421. 1-800-460-0421.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Yes. Little wedding music. My man A-Long knows about that. Welcome back. Sleazy and the Lair. We're wrapping up here with Adam Long joining us today on the show. We talked about it last segment, Adam.
Okay, a little pro tip for you.
You have a very unique experience of rooming, having the privilege of spending multiple years on the road with my co-host today, Scott Harrington, a.k.a. Larrington. Give everyone out there a quick breakdown of what's it like living with Scott? You got any weird habits that he has to do or things like that? What's a week in the life in a hotel room with Larrington like?
Man, it's pretty quiet and boring, honestly. I mean, he doesn't care about much, like what's going on in and around the room or what's scheduling, or he doesn't. So that's usually kind of a good thing. But he definitely doesn't care about anything.
True.
He's kind of a sneaky chain restaurant fan.
Here.
He'll go to Bonefish, Outback, I don't know, Payway or something like that. He's not very adventurous on the meal category.
I kind of feel like that's why we kind of did so well room together on the road. Because I know, you're not exactly out there looking for all the local hot spots. I mean, we were kind of like-minded in that regard. We just kind of wanted to get something we knew was going to be solid.
Consistency is key.
That's key. I mean, it's important in a roommate. It's kind of funny though when you are finding somebody that you're going to spend a lot of time with on the road. How you kind of want somebody who has similar, literally things as simple as like restaurants. People who like to go to the same kind of places or on the similar kind of schedule. And I don't know. Now that Adam's all big time, I asked him to room together now, and he's like,
I have the penthouse, I have the top floor of the Ritz.
Exactly.
There's not enough room.
I will say the one thing
about... I'll be back on that roommate market, though, here come about March when Emily can travel more. So.
The wife will not be out probably quite as much, and that might be an open door for me.
That's
right.
Nice.
I have to ask now, do you have a room for me? You are a West Palm Jupiter resident. Do you have a room for me at the Honda Classic coming up?
Yes and no.
Okay, good. Up in the air, non-committal.
I will say one thing about rooming with Adam.
Yes.
He watches horrible TV in the room. You have to share a TV.
Yeah, it's a big piece of the puzzle.
It's like, hey, what are we going to watch tonight and all this. And Adam, I swear, like, every time Cops is on or just some garbage TV show, I'll walk in the room from around and Adam will be there watching TV. He'll be like watching Titanic or just some.
He strikes me as a rom-com guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of questionable.
Made in Manhattan for the fourth time in a month.
Yes, Adam.
Hey, that's a good one.
Feel free to defend yourself here.
Well, I was just saying, like, why would you even care what I'm watching? Like, because all Scott does is he sits like upright in his bed, headphones on, watching some sort of show, Netflix, whatever, on his computer. That's what he's spending 90% of his time doing. He's a big Netflix and chill guy. So I don't know why you care what I'm doing on my side.
I do that because it limits the interaction I have to have with you.
Right, the brutal conversation that is forced.
Well, I will say one good thing, maybe the only good thing about rooming with Scott, is he is always good for a nice snack. He's got me into dried mangoes.
Let's see what you can do with this 7-footer.
Sometimes he'll have, I'm not kidding, like this 5-pound bag from Costco just chilling over there. And he's pretty generous with offering to his roommate. So it's not all bad rooming with Scott.
I'm all about healthy snacks, and I got my boy here, Adam, into him a little bit. And nice. I usually have a mini grocery store in the room.
Yeah.
And the benefits of rooming with me.
Rooming with Scott is like rooming with your grandma. Like, she's always going to have something healthy that she's trying to get. Here, have this apricot. Have some apricots before bed. They help
a lot of hard candy.
Yeah. Here, have this butterscotch. Oh, that's great. That's great. By the way, the rooming dynamic is key. I think I lost 5 or 6 really close friends over my time playing golf and rooming with them and them hating. I would be up at 3 a.m. watching some documentary.
Nice. That'll
and they
work
would roll over and be like, I hate you. We're never rooming together again. So you guys seem like you have it down pat. Probably the key to some of your success.
Coming in around 5.
Adam, our last few minutes here with you. We have a little segment here we do on Sleeve and the Lair called Asking for a Friend, where we've reached out to some of your friends. They give us questions to ask you. We are merely the messengers here, so we have a couple questions as we wrap up here. I'm going to let Scott kick it off first. These are coming from your buddies, not from us, so here we go.
All right. The first one comes from your caddy and friend of Drew and I's. His name's Julian Trudeau, and he is wondering, did anything interesting happen on the last few holes with anybody in your group on Friday in Minnesota? I believe it's the 3M. He was wondering, not us. He was wondering if anything happened.
Anything that stood out.
Yeah.
By chance, there was an incident. Yeah.
Indulge us.
I was playing with a fellow PGA Tour pro who remained nameless for his own good, but he'd played really well on Thursday, was playing not well on Friday, probably on the edge of making the cut. We're playing in Minnesota, par 3 over the water, it's like 180 yards. Zone. And he hits, I think he tried to get an 8-iron there over the water. Splash right in front of the green. He winds up full throttle throw into the middle of the pond, that 8-iron. He just took it one stride and just tossed it, 70 yards. It was pretty impressive. Just splash, middle of the lake. But he's got a re-tee. So he goes for, I think, the 7-iron, hits that to 40 feet, whatever. As soon as he hits that, it hits the green. I look back. He does the exact same thing with his 7-iron.
Okay.
Tosses that thing even further. 80 yards into the pond. Just beautiful spiral straight into the pond. And, it makes double. Looks like he's going to miss the cut. Well, par 5, 18, he bombs a drive, quick plays this hybrid. It hits like a 275-yard hybrid over the green, like just absolutely crushed it. And he's pretty screwed in this thick, nasty rough. And sure enough, he just walks back there. I don't even think he took a practice swing, but he chopped it out of there, and it went in for eagle. And due to some misfortune later on in the day, somebody moved the cut line pretty bad, and he made the cut on the number. And it was pretty remarkable finish for him.
That's incredible.
So then at that point on Friday afternoon, all our reps have gone, and so he's got 2 more rounds to play
with
has no 7 or 8 iron.
That's correct.
Dude, you just throw the 9 or open up the 6. You got to be a shot maker.
Is that when you go to second swing golf or Vans golf, and try to find a couple, or that'd be a tough situation.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm not sure
Moral
of the
story, kids.
Might have overnighted some clubs, but I'm not sure what he did.
The moral of the story is if you're having a bad run like that, just freak out, throw your clubs in the lake, break them, do whatever you want, and it's going to work out in your favor.
Then make eag.
Exactly.
Then make eag. Sack up and make eag. That's a great story.
Stuff.
That's a great story. Whoever that player is, who will remain nameless, is obviously a good athlete with that length of throw into the lake. That's impressive stuff. Very impressive stuff. All right, next question, Adam. Last question of the day that we have here for you. This comes from a guy you know. Well, you met once at least. His name's Phil Mickelson. He asks, were you half as shocked as I was that you somehow made birdie on the 72nd hole to beat me in Palm Springs?
Yeah, I'd say more shocked. I didn't know. I don't know what happened there. I completely blacked out and putt went in, and I don't know, threw my hands up in the air, and that was it.
Shabby.
But
full disclosure, Adam.
4 under today at the end of the round for your